Hey guys, it's Haley with Southeast Pit Report, and I'm here with Mattie Montgomery from For Today, and we are going to give y'all some of the info y'all been wanting. So, Mattie, has the release of Fight the Silence reached the expectations that you were looking for?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's even exceeded them. One of the things that we sort of set out to do when we released the album was we wanted to help raise awareness and money for to help fight the issue of human trafficking. And actually, just the other day, I was on Tumblr and I saw a post that was all the facts that we included in our Fight the Silence music video that had been reposted like 127,000 times. And we were like, that's incredible, because if it's been reposted that many times, then who knows how many millions of people have seen it, and it's cool to see people that, I'm sure that many of those people don't even know who our band is, and it's cool to see the message going further than the music, because that's what it's always been about for us.
Most definitely, and that actually answered my next question, explaining what is Fight the Silence, and coming from, that's my passion actually, is helping the victims of human trafficking when they're rescued, so it's cool to see bands getting more involved with that now, so awesome. We were reading that y'all are actually praying over the crowds before y'all go out on the show and stuff. Have you seen results or lives change? People coming to know Christ from these shows, or?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't waste our time if they weren't. Every day, whether it's, we've had people on this tour literally run up and say, I need Jesus. And we've had other people come up and say, because of your band, I've been able to keep the faith through some of the hardest times in my life. And so there's a lot of different people in a lot of different places that God has by His grace, using our music to impact people's lives. So, that's what it's all about. That's what we've been dreaming about since day one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, with your off time and stuff, you're traveling with bands, I'm sure, different faith backgrounds that are from one extreme to the other. Are y'all having opportunities to talk to them?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Even, I want to respect their privacy. We've had guys in bands come up and say, "Can I'd like to give my life to Christ. So, can you maybe teach me more about what you believe? I'd like to sit down and talk about your perspective on life, which turns into a faith talk." So
that's what it's all about.
Cool. Yeah,
most definitely. So how do you guys avoid, with words like this, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, how are y'all to avoid the temptations? Because I'm sure they hit y'all hard, especially with devils fighting.
It's funny. I'm about to get theological on it.
Do it. Go
I have wondered that a lot, and I hear guys in Christian bands that, when I'm sitting down and I'm like, yo, I'd be hooking up with girls at shows, preaching the gospel on stage, or calling yourself a Christian band, you guys are misrepresenting what all this is about, and they're like, yeah, I know, it's just so hard, because girls are always love and stuff. Like, that doesn't really happen to us. And I was like, maybe it's because we're ugly, or maybe it's because everybody knows where we stand. Maybe it's because you guys are blinking at girls and stopping and talking to them and giving them a number and whatever. I realized something recently. It's not wrong to be tempted. And whether it's the temptation to get full of ourselves because we're playing in front of a lot of people, whether it's the temptation to try to use that influence to get girls to sleep with us, whether it's a temptation to get drunk or high with some of these other guys, and it's not wrong to be tempted. Jesus himself was tempted. The thing that's wrong is to succumb to that temptation. And something that I realized about a year ago, maybe a few months ago, is I don't think temptation corrupts people. I believe temptation exposes the inherent corruption inside of us. And so what I say to fans that are always falling into temptation, and they're like, yeah, it's just too hard to not sleep with girls on tour. It's just too hard to not do drugs and get drunk when you're on tour. There's so many temptations. I say, well, the issue is not that you're being tempted. The issue is that somewhere deep down inside, that temptation is being met with a desire that really, in your heart of hearts, you were standing up on that stage thinking, I'd really like to sleep with a girl at this show. Really in your heart of hearts, you're thinking, man, I'd like to find some cocaine. I'd like to go get drunk after this, whatever. It's not an issue of, well, the temptation hit me and I just couldn't overcome it. But the Bible promises us that God will never allow us to be tempted beyond what we can bear. the reality is that we didn't want to overcome. That we saw the temptation instead of seeing it as a temptation, they saw it as an opportunity, and they took advantage of that. And so, you know, at the end of the day, none of us cheat on our wives when we're on tour. None of us get drunk. None of us are on drugs. You know, we honor God with our lives to absolutely to the best of our ability. That's not to say we're perfect, but that is to say that we are trying to come closer to the standard of Christ every day. And the issue is that the reason for that, I think, is that the grace of God has transformed our hearts and begun removing those self-destructive desires that were inside of us. So when temptation comes, most of the time we don't even notice.
That's cool. Couple more, I promise I'll be good. How is being on the road so long? Like, I know your wife and kids came to see you for your birthday. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Is it hard though? I know y'all just had a kid and you're missing part of the...
Two of them. We have two little boys who are like grown up. Yeah, it's difficult. You know, and it's the sort of thing I want to like stand up on stage every day and tell everybody, I have two kids at home. I hope you appreciate me being here.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, you know, when we do a signing or whatever, when we meet somebody and they say, because of you, I found the courage to start cutting myself. Because of you, I decided to come to Christ. It's like, I miss my boys, I miss my wife, you know, and I go home and I see them as regularly as I can, generally about once a week. So I never gone for a crazy amount of time, but when I hear about the way that God is using us to impact lives, it kind of helps make it all work.
That's the purpose and the focus.
Yeah,
cool. So are there any bands while we're here you recommend that we go check out?
Yeah, check out Fit for a King. These guys are friends of ours. They're on the Montgomery ball stage. They're awesome. Great band. They're friends of ours. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, guys, be sure to check out Tour Today on the rest of Warped Tour, and y'all are going on a tour right after.
We are, yeah.
Tour.
We came with Romans in like September, October.
Awesome. Be sure to check them out, guys. We'll see you later.